I'm not one to push out conspiracy theories, but regarding these fires that are currently happening in LA and the fact that Hollywood is literally being burned down to the ground right now, this is starting to make me question whether or not this is just a mere accident, mistakes on humans, or judgment. Okay. And this is crazy. I want to show y'all this video. This is happening in Hollywood Hills. It is utterly chaos, utterly destructive. This is crazy. I want to show y'all this. Let's hop into this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, and let's hop into this video right now.
Hey, Robin, you mentioned this is the most destructive wildfire in LA history, and you know, we've been here this is our third day here, and everywhere we go we see new images of this hailscape, and I just want to give you a sense of where we are. Sunset Boulevard, the heart of downtown, is that way. These are homes here. On the other side over there was a 3-story condo building. Come with me. Want to show you another big condo building, also 3 stories. Everything here destroyed, and you may be able to see the spot fires inside there, and as firefighters have been racing across this town trying to put those out. Overnight, that new fire just in those Hollywood Hills, just a few blocks from the famous Hollywood Boulevard, exploding in size.
This morning, already strapped firefighters forced to jump to yet another fire in the heart of Los Angeles.
I've never seen Los Angeles like this in my life.
The Sunset Fire fueled by this week's historic wind event in Los Angeles, igniting in the hills just north of Hollywood Boulevard. Firefighters blasting water into this apartment, trying to protect it. A fleet of helicopters swirling over the fire, dropping water. Residents facing gridlock as they try to evacuate down the narrow streets of the Hollywood Hills. Firefighters getting right up to the flames, but only a trickle of water coming from that hose. Drone footage capturing this fire spreading through the hills.
Now, together, these fires are stretching the capacity of emergency services to their maximum limits.
Our station, KABC, capturing the inferno quadrupling in size in just minutes.
We are in the heart of Hollywood, guys. This thing is spotting and growing by the second. I can't emphasize it enough. There is no way to dramatize this.
And another fire springing up in nearby Studio City.
There goes the front of the facade, the front of the house, a complete collapse now.
Crews arriving on scene quickly to battle that blaze, managing to knock it down. This as the Palisades fire grows to over 17,000 acres, becoming the most destructive wildfire in LA history. The fire is still consuming homes this morning. At least 1,000 structures burned in the Palisades and in Malibu, the number expected to grow significantly.
We've been watching firefighters work on this house for hours now. It looks like they're going to lose this battle, and I want you to see something. Normally, you would not have been able to see the Pacific Ocean from here. There would be a line of very impressive-looking seaside homes. They're now all gone.
Everything from churches to mobile homes engulfed in flames and now gone. Roughly 30 miles to the east, the deadly 10,000-acre Eaton fire killing at least 5 people. Entire densely packed neighborhoods erupting in flames. You can see each fire burning building to building in these satellite images. Residents there making split decisions about whether to leave everything behind or attempt to save what they can.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but this is my parents' home.
Lynn Guzman trying to save her 90-year-old parents' home after they lost fire insurance.
These insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance.
And in Los Angeles, those fire hydrants running dry just when they were needed most.
There have been a lot of complaints about inadequate water, taps running dry, hydrants running dry.
So we do know that our DWP, they did anticipate that there was going to be some supply issues. They did refill some of those water tanks. And it's with this amount of fire, though, this amount of fire activity and how erratic and widespread this was, it was unpredicted that we would have these kind of problems.
Okay, so before you count out that there's like any spiritual thing going on right now, I want to show you guys this verse, okay? Pay attention and let's get through this because I think this is going to make more sense after this. All right, so this is in Judges chapter 7. And Gideon starts off with 22,000 soldiers or men. God separated these men till there were only 300 men left to go up against an entire army. Look, watch this. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men, but all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. The Lord said to Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped, I will I save you and deliver the Midianites into thine hand. And let all the other people go, every man unto his place. Okay, let's go. Let's scroll down a little bit. Check this out. This says, and the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude. So it's saying they were laying along like grasshoppers. There was a lot of them laying down, waiting for this war to happen. It says, and their camels were without number, as the sand by the seaside for multitude. So they had tons and tons, thousands and thousands upon thousands of camels that you couldn't even count them. This was an entire army going up against 300 men, okay? Now check this out. Look at this real quick, and this is the most important part. Check this out. It says, and the 300 men blew their trumpets, and the Lord set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the host. And the host fled to Beth Shittah and Zererath, into the border of Abimaholah and Tabith, or whatever. That's hard to say. But the point of this, the 300 men did not fight the Midianites. God caused confusion into the army of the Midianites, and they all fought each other. So the Israelites they knew that God was on their side, right? They knew that this was the work of God, but the Midianites did not know that. Like, they all started fighting each other, confused. They could have said, hey, this is because we haven't trained together, or this is because we have arguments with one another, or this is because we were tired. They could have used any excuse to not say this is God against us. And I think that I don't want us to get in trouble by saying God has nothing to do with the fires happening right now in LA, because like they said in the video, this is something that is, of course, they've had some bad fires happen, wildfires, but they've never seen it this bad. And Hollywood is utterly destroyed right now. Hollywood Hills is utterly destroyed. And Hollywood, it's the same place that constantly mocks God, constantly lives a life that is like Sodom and Gomorrah, lives a life that is like pagans, where they do not honor God in anything they do, and they actually worship other gods, right? They're just like Scientology is huge in Hollywood, right? Witchcraft and bloodbath and all that. It's all of that stuff happens in Hollywood. Like the movies that they do, they portray so much demonic stuff. They indulge in this stuff, cult stuff. It would be foolish to say that God has nothing to do with what's going on, or God is not, God just is outside of this, right? Because we know that God sees everything. Now, I'm not saying that, I don't know. I'm not telling y'all that it's 100% God, because we've seen people destroying things. We've seen people setting fires. But what I'm saying is that could it be possible that God allows this stuff to take place for a reason? Now, listen, if you are against this being about God, if you're against this potentially being some type of punishment or judgment, don't get mad at us because we feel like it is. This is part of being a Christian. Like, no one can say 100% that this is God, because I didn't hear from God 100%. But you can't say that this is 100% not God, because you don't know what's happening in the spiritual realm right now. So we're all Christians. We're going to speculate and wonder, but don't get upset and unsubscribe and call people false Christians and call people names because we have different opinions, okay? One thing we know for sure is that God knows what's going on, and that we should pray for the people that are not in Hollywood that are destroyed by this. But we should also not take delight in the destruction of Hollywood. but simply understand that God will not be mocked, and that you reap what you sow. And this is a chance to repent and turn from your evil ways and to follow Christ. That should be our thought process throughout all of this. But regardless, man, it's not stopping. It is utterly destructive and sad because the fires are still going on. But out of all of this, I pray that God gets the glory. I pray that people will turn their hearts to God after all of this is said and done.